Hey everybody, my name is Miss Hastings. I teach 4th grade at Central Elementary. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to create your own Google site. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to your web browser. Once you reach your web browser, you can simply type in Google Sites and that will bring up these options. The first option it gives you is to create a new one. You go to the Create tab. You can either create one in the new sites, which is recommended, or you can go in the classic sites, which will eventually be phased out. So I suggest in new sites. Once you click in new sites, it'll bring you up to a brand new Google site that you will create for your own. Now, I'm going to back up just a little bit and show you guys a different option. Whenever you do search and you come up to this page here, you could also click New Google Sites. This will actually take you to sites you've already worked on. And from here, as you can see, I've already bookmarked Google Sites, so when I click on it, no matter where I am, it will take me to sites I've already created. So I'm going to run through real quick and just show you a few sites that I've made for this upcoming school year, and to give you an idea of things you can do. So for our 4th grade class, I've created a site for all 4th grade teachers. From this site, students and parents will be able to click links to go to individual teachers' website. So as you can see here, I've already customized it to what we are going to be using it for. You can always change how big you want the header, and I'll show you guys that later. For now, we'll just make that a little bit smaller so it's easier to see the whole page. So this is a text box that I added in just to give a little more information to the students and parents. I did add in a slideshow. These are actually pictures of previous 3rd graders that are coming into 4th grade. So this slideshow will play and they'll get to see their picture if they were in 3rd grade at Central last year. Next, on the home page, we have each teacher's door. So depending on what class you need to get information for, do work for, or contact that teacher, you can click on their door and it will either take you to a Google site that teacher has created. If a teacher doesn't want to create one, it will link you to the Google Classroom of that teacher, or possibly even the just a document that has that teacher's information on it, so forth on that. So as you can see up here at the top of the site, we have different tabs that students and parents can click on. We have a schedule that is a schedule and calendar. The calendar I actually screenshotted from an email we received on our new updated calendar. If it changes, I'll just simply go in and change it to the new updated calendar. Then I have a mock daily schedule. This is not set in stone. It's just an example for you guys to see a daily schedule, and this is for parents to look at and see. Maybe they need to know where their student is at 10 o'clock. They can get on here and see they're in their 2nd class. And depending on which class that student is in, it'll say where they will be. So let's go to the contact info. I have set up contact info for Central Elementary itself, and then we also have the teacher's contact info here as well. Once I get information for each teacher, I will be adding it in here. Okay, so one other awesome thing that I would like to show you is this preview. I love looking at the preview and seeing how the website is looking. So let's go back to our home page. We're going to click preview. So this is what parents and students will see when they open the website link that's given to them. So this will be our 4th grade website. They'll be able to come here, click through the photos. There's a bunch of different things that will pop up for them once everybody has told me whether they want to do a site or Google Classroom. I'll be able to link that to each of these doors, and students will be able to click on it and go straight to that teacher's information. Then we click over to our schedule tab, and just like I showed you a while ago, and then contact info, same thing. So this is what parents and students will be viewing whenever they open up your website. So I've actually created another one that I want to show you guys real quick. We're going to go back to Google Sites. That'll take us automatically to creations we've already started on. So this is going to be my personal 4th grade language arts website. I have already added in here with my banner how big I wanted it. I have a reminder up there that I'll show you guys how to do. I have a home tab, about, assignments, calendar, contact info, and then I even have subheadings underneath each one, and I'll show you guys how to do that later. I've added in, as you can see, my Bitmoji stuff here. Super fun, easy to do. I have reading resources, extra resources, and a help request, which is actually a Google form is attached to this help request. So let's go ahead and look at it in our preview mode, and this is what parents and students will see. So once they come to my website, they will be greeted with this "Welcome to Miss Hastings Classroom." They can see from here that it's language arts, and I even add in a really cool warrior emblem up top. I have a reminder that virtual school begins August 24th. And let's check out down here. I have a Google slide that I embedded so the students don't necessarily have to click and go to Google Slides in order to view it. So for Renaissance Place, I actually embedded the URL for it here, so you can click here and it will take them to Renaissance Place to take a test. They also have My On, they can click on it, read books, Epic, and it takes them to these other websites. So that way they don't have to go clicking through any Google Slides. It's there and very easy to access. Same for the extra resources. They can click on any which one of these resources and it'll take them straight to that resource to use. Then lastly, I said I had this help request that's actually a Google form that they would fill out and submit. So they would click here, and here is their help request. Now this is something that they would use in the event that it's not anything super urgent. They could fill out a request and I'll just get back to them as soon as I see the request and can. So let's check out our other tabs. We have About, which of course shows an actual picture of me rather than a Bitmoji, and some information about myself, and then my contact info, which I'll be adding more to this stuff later. And I also added in my own image here up top. We have assignments from Monday through Friday, super easy to use. I even made one here, so whenever they click these, they will be taken automatically to that day of assignment. We also have calendars, so for each class in Google Classroom, they may have different assignments to do each day. They may be at different speeds, so I linked each one of Google Classroom's calendars to the tabs here. So each class has their own Google Classroom calendar, and they will all be different depending on where the class is at in our academics. Then we also have our contact info, which again has Central Elementary's contact information, my contact information, and our Google Classroom codes and links for each teacher. Okay, so let's get started on making a brand new site. So we're going to go back up here to our Google Sites because we've got it bookmarked. We are going to go to a totally blank site. I feel like doing one of the templates, which you can definitely choose a template, is more work for myself because I end up changing so much on it anyways. So we are going to start with the blank template. The first thing you're going to want to do is title your Google site. So let's pretend we're doing this for our classroom. Okay, so now that we have our title, it will actually automatically pop up here, but you can definitely change that. I always put welcome. It just looks a lot better whenever the site's brought up. The next step is you're going to want to title your actual website. Now for this is what parents and students will see as soon as they bring up the website. You can also take these dots here and bring it out, move it around however which you would like. Now one thing about Google Sites is there are not very many fonts to choose from. It'll end up depending on the theme that you will do, as you can see over here on the right. And then also, I mean, you can't move this up and down, but you can always put in another space or two, however which you would like. Now for this header, you can do as a cover, which makes it pretty much the first thing you see whenever you open up the site. You can do a large banner, a little bit smaller, then a regular banner, and then title only. For bringing up the website, I suggest doing a banner, but it's totally up to you. So once you have your banner set, you can actually change the image behind your words here. So they have some images. If you select image, they have preset images in here that you can use. If you click on one, you just hit select, it'll take you, it'll put it on there for you, just like that. Or you can go back to select image and you can search for an image. So we might put in something like book. And if you do reading, maybe this is a background that you would like to have. Now you'll notice there's a thing over here that is the readability. It adjusts the picture quality behind the words to make it more readable. But sometimes you may want to not use that so that your picture comes through a lot more clear. It can be helpful, but it can also not be exactly what you want to. Okay, so we're kind of not liking how this looks here with our background. So let's go to our themes. The themes is on the right side of the page. You'll notice here you have several to choose from. You'll have just simple, you've got this diplomat here, which is a little more out there and fun. You can do a classic font style, light, and then heavy, whatever matches what you're wanting to do. Same with the others. Like I said, you don't have very many fonts to choose from, but they do have a pretty good variety to choose from. So let's just use that for now. I know my wording back here doesn't look the best on the image, so I would probably change that if this were one that I was actually using. Okay, so once we have that selected, you can also select, notice how this banner appears blue. We can change that, and let's just do black for now. You can pick a color here, or you can pick one of the preset colors that they have for you. Let's do the black for now. Now, you'll notice up here it does have where you can add a logo, and that's where I had my Audubon Warriors logo earlier. But you can also come up to your settings, and that'll bring this tab up. You have your navigation, brand images, viewer tools, analytics, and then the announcement banner. You'll notice that this announcement banner is what I also had on my personal web page that had the reminder reminding students when school starts. So here we might want to put a reminder or announcement at the top. So let's turn on show banner. We'll have a banner color. Since this is black right here, we're going to leave the banner white. And we're just going to say, meet the teacher begins August 17th, I believe is the date. So we'll put that there. That's pretty much all you do. You can do all pages, or I'm going to do home page only, so it's not on every single page. Now, that banner will pop up in a moment, but we're going to go back up to our brand images. This is where you would put that logo, like the Audible logo I had. So we're going to upload, and I actually, instead of doing the Audible logo, because I'll have to search far and wide and in between for it, we'll do our Bitmoji face there. So they'll know that's my teacher's Bitmoji, in case any other teachers also use one. Exit, and our banner is here, and our logo. So now we can come down and get started on the bits and pieces of it. So you're going to have options over here for layouts. Depending on what you're wanting to do, different layouts, that is up to you. I'm going to show you how to use one, and we'll go from there. Once you put a layout in here, all you need to do is maybe upload an image if that's what you want to do. Let's see here. We'll click on this. As you've seen in my other website, you might want to just say, hi, meet the teacher. And then you can add your wording in here. Okay, and that's pretty much all you have to do. Now, if you don't like how this stuff is arranged, you can always take this, move it to the other side, and go from there. Same thing, you don't like this, move it to the top of it. It's kind of whatever you want it to be, guys. Okay, we're going to undo that so it goes back to a little bit normal for us. You will have options over here for a background for this selection. So you can keep it regular, you can emphasize it so it stands out more on your page. You can also emphasize it number 2, which makes it a little bit darker to really stand out. Now this also goes in conjunction with the color of your theme too. So if I were to change my theme color to purple, it would, oh, there it was, it would change the lettering here to purple. Okay, we're going to take it back to the black, and we'll just keep it to emphasize on 1. You can also add an image. You can upload one, or you can select an image like earlier. We can go to select an image. You can select one of these already done ones if you would like. We'll just select one of these. So that way the background kind of stands out a lot more. Okay, so you have other options as far as inserting layouts. If you are wanting to insert more than one, you have the option of this here. If you decide you don't need this one, all you have to do is click on it, delete it. Or you can click on it here, hit the trash can, whichever is easier for you. Also, if you don't need your text box, click on just the text box, delete it. If you just want that image there. Now on this, you can upload images, you can select images from your drive, from your computer. You can also upload YouTube videos, a calendar, or a map. Like for example, earlier I did one for a map of Central Elementary. So in order to do your map, you'll bring up this location, and is 206 Southeast Avenue F. And you'll see there it brings up Idabel. Once you see, yes, that's my location, you can select it, and there is your map, and you can extend this out to make it a little bit bigger. Now I've decided I don't really need this image, so I'm going to delete it. I'm going to keep the text. So we'll just extend this out, and we will title this Central Elementary. And then we would take and put all the information that we want. Okay. You could also, if you want to add the phone number, you just click Add Phone Number. And so forth. Okay, guys? So, let's move on to adding tabs. So to add a tab, you can go up to this Page tab. Once you click the Pages tab, you will see down at the bottom there's a plus sign. For this plus sign, you would click New Page or New Link. If you click New Page, we might do an About tab. And there's our new tab. If you want to do another one, you might do Assignments. And there's another tab. Now, to do the sub pages, you just click on the three dots here underneath Pages, then go to the page you're wanting a subpage for. You would click Add Subpage. Then you just name that subpage, and there it is. Now it's a drop down. Okay, so next I'm going to show you how to add in an embedded video or slide. So we're going to do another one of these layouts here, and we are actually going to take this and we are going to upload our Google slide, which I think I have saved. Let me see, I actually may have to go copy the URL. So let's go to our Google Slides, go to our Waffle, Slides, and that'll bring us to here. As you can see, I've got different ones kind of going on. We are going to add in our, let's say, our extra resources. Okay, once here, you can click on your share, get the link that you need to share this slide. So anyone, I also changed this so that anyone on the internet can view it, because you never know, it could be a parent's email that the student's on, so you just want to make sure that they have access to it. So let's copy the link, go back to our tab here, and we're actually going to click Embedded. We are going to paste that link, and as you can see, we can insert it here. If you wanted to do it from this side, you would do it just like this. You would hit the settings, file type, and then you would do the slides. But I just embedded it so it's a little bit easier. We're going to replace that with our slide. Make it a little bit bigger. And then we can come over here and put a title to it. So we have resources. Okay. And you can put a description as to what these resources are for there. Okay, so next I'm going to show you how to put in another layout here that you could use for, say, like I embedded that Google form. So let's click on our plus sign. We are going to actually, excuse me, not click on our plus sign, but we're going to go to our edit placeholder here. We are going to add in a Google form. Okay, let's update that. Now we have, it'll bring up our Google Forms here on this page, so that way we don't have to go find it and all that, and copy the link. So this is just another option. That's a lot easier than going and finding the link. But there it is. It'll bring it up for you. Now, if you don't want to have, say, this on there, let's back it up a little bit, and I'm going to show you how to link it to words on your slide. So we have help request. Let's say we want them to click on help requests in order to get to that Google form. This is where we will have to go to our Google Forms, which I have it bookmarked there. We'll go to Google Forms, and last thing I worked on was help requests, so we are going to, oh, what I did there. So we're going to send this, and we're going to go find the link. You can actually shorten it so it's not so long, but it doesn't matter either way. Just copy it. Go back to your Google site. We're going to paste that link in there and click apply. So now we can say click help request to pull up a Google form. Okay, and that's all we have to do. That link is there. Now when they click help request, it will pull it up. So let's go back to our home page and take a look at the preview of what our website will look like. So this is what parents and students will see once they come to this website. We have our about, which we didn't put anything there, and then we have Monday, which is where we put a few things. So as you can see, it's a lot like the other slide I showed you. For example, you can go to Prodigy by clicking on that link there. They can go to a word Scrabble game, which they have to have Adobe Flash for that, but if they don't, they can be walked through the steps for it. Another extra resource game that they can use to help study. So, and I will change those periodically, so they'll have something new every now and then. Then we have our help request that we put a link to. Click on that. It will bring you straight to the Google form where they can then submit it. Okay. Okay, so to exit the preview mode, you just want to click this X right here. Again, this will show you a phone, what it would look like if you were on a phone and looking through this. We'd go here, we'd have our home, about, it's all right there. This is a tablet view. And then of course, a computer view. Okay, then we just hit X and to exit the preview and go back to what we were working on. Now, you can also share your Google site with others, which is what I plan on doing with my 4th grade teachers. I will share that site to them so that they may make changes to it and help develop it. So you just type in the person's name that you want to share it to, and it'll go straight to them. Okay. See here, settings, we went through that. We have more, you can duplicate it. And then lastly, when you get finished, you will just click publish. You would want your web address. So you would want your web address to be something easy for parents and students to find. So we are going to type in Central Hastings 4th grade. If you'll notice, it creates your site right there. That's the address of your website. Now, I don't suggest keeping it to only in your domain, which is our Audubon Public Schools, but you can manage that. Go to links and you will change this. Now, if you'll see here, has only Idaho Public Schools, you would go to anyone with the link, and you'll just make them viewers. Don't make them editors, just viewers. Now it will publish this publicly, so anyone that has this link will be able to find this site. And let's click done. Now that we have that all set and ready to go, it says you can do this request public search engines to not display my site. I'm not really sure what the pros or cons of that is, but I'm not going to do it because I'm not worried about just anyone seeing it. It's for my class, but if anybody else sees it, then kudos to them. So let's hit publish. And guys, that is how you create your site. Let's go ahead and view it. This is what everybody will see once they click. You copy this and post it somewhere for people to view. Now, once you do get it published, you may need to go back in and change a few things, so let's go back to where we were editing it. So here, it gives you some options, but let's go ahead and change something. So let's change our image to something else. So okay, we like that. We are going to keep it on that. And then now we are going to republish it. So review changes and publish. Okay, so it's just letting us know what's been changed, letting us see that, and then once we're happy with it, you can just select publish again. So now, even though we come back here and this is still on our old photo, should be able to just refresh that and we have our new image on there. So you are able to change things as you go and just republish it. So if you guys have any questions, I will be doing a question and answer on August 6th at 2:30. There should be a link for you guys to click on to get to that later. Just if you have any questions, make sure to write them down, and I will see you guys then. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if there's anything I missed. I'm definitely not a super expert on it, but I hope that I could have helped somebody out today. Thanks. Bye.